Hey everybody, Laughing Boy here. I'm going to do an unboxing video for you because this just arrived. It's Core Space from BattleSystems. This is my Kickstarter that I backed quite some time ago now, and it's come through. So let's open this bad boy up and see what's inside. Hopefully I can show you what's going on. I'll unbox it here, and yeah, let's go. So whilst I cut this open, as you can see, I've not even got the lid off it yet. How do I describe? Well, BattleSystems are the people that do awesome sort of terrain, sort of cardboard, thick cardboard terrain that you can make up. They've got sci-fi sets and urban sets and all sorts of other cool things. If you don't know it, check it out. I'll stick a link to their website below. I actually have one of their sort of more post-apocalyptic settings, which I use for Walking Dead. But this is kind of, how would I describe it? Sort of rogue space traders adventure type RPG game, very skirmish type based, but with very atmospheric terrain. That's what they're known for. And what I really love about this game, before I open the box, is how the world moves without you having to do anything. So you could spend a turn in this game not doing much, and actually quite a lot could happen. Because not only would the enemies in the game have a turn, but also just the NPC characters around the world do stuff, which is really cool. So the world kind of goes on, regardless of whether you're getting involved. Right, I'm going to try and get the lid off of this. New box smell. Nice. Okay, so straight away on top, well, I'll see if I can get the camera to. The camera might drop in and out of focus as I'm trying to show you things. There you go. The box art's really cool. I don't know if it'll try. Let's see if it'll focus if I hold this up. There we go. Look, box art's awesome. Let me hold this up so you can see it. That would be better, Martin. That's a better way to do it. Look at that. Very nice. I've got to remember, the camera's the other way around. Maybe in future I'll flip the video. That might be better. And you'd actually see it from the other way around. Maybe I should do that now. No, it's too much. I'll do it for the next video. Right, straight off the top, we've got a neoprene mat. So let's have a look at this. Neoprene mats are awesome. I have a whole bunch of them. I like to have, if I can show you this corner edge here, I have a whole bunch of neoprene mats on my table because they are awesome, including this black one, which is great for board games and such, as you can see. So there's your floor space of, you know, this might be a space station, it could be on board a ship, it could be many things. Really nice, and within about 5 minutes of that being down, it will lay pretty much flat as a pancake, and you can roll it up. You can be quite mean to them, you know. If you did that with a paper one or any other type of material, it would look horrible when you rolled it out, but not this. Hey, look, throw it around, lay it flat, away you go. So that's a really nice pre-mat. Details are really nice. I try and I could zoom in a bit more on the camera, but you can see it's really cool. Got nice conduits and cabling, and just, you know, battle damage on the floor. It's even got bits of lid to replace, so it looks really nice. Many ways to put that together, I'm sure. So we'll chuck that over there. Bring the box back. Okay, what else have we got? No idea what this is. This could be packing materials. I'm sure we'll find out as we go through, but it's just well, the light's gonna get bright. There's a way for me to change the light. 1 second, let me see if I can change the lights a little bit. Looks like the white stuff. Let me turn these ones off. That's a bit better. That's a bit better. So I'm getting used to doing this sort of stuff, so please bear with me. So we've got some card here. I'm sure what their use will become apparent soon, so we'll pop those over there. What else have we got on top here? So we've got some, I think I know what these are. These are like the character boards. So if I remember rightly, these are, you put your character board up here, and then sort of what items they're carrying, and this is more to measure your stats. So it might be your wounds going across here, like your wounds and your ammo for your gun. So really nice sort of character board, and there's quite a few in there. There's 8, so up to 8 characters there. And I dare say if you needed to get more, you could probably 3D print them quite easily. I'm not sure what this is, but again, it's got a tracker across the top, and then place for putting tiles. This might track turn order or something. Again, I've had a go of the game at UK Games Expo, so that my kids and my boys absolutely loved it. A bunch of little pegs for tracking your wounds and your stats and your ammo for your gun. So that's more stuff there. What's this? Well, that's going to be minis. We'll look at that in a second. We'll go through the box first. So cards. So this is the event deck. I'm sure there's other cards in there as well. Let's have a quick look. So yeah, loads of event cards. Loads and loads and loads. Yeah, there we go, the event deck. Dice. I think this uses pretty much custom dice. So yeah, there's your, can't get happier than that. Oh, lovely dice. Good quality as well, I like them. And this one here, I know this one, I'm pretty sure it's this one. This one here, this white dice, is kind of the NPC dice. So when it's their turn, you roll this, and they can take different actions. They might help you, they might hinder you, they might join your gang, all sorts. So yeah, there's some dice. Clips, and this is the BattleSystems terrain method. They use these plastic clips to clip all the cardboard pieces together. So lots of those. Miniature bases, so that you don't, if you don't paint your miniatures, or you just prime them one colour, or maybe you do like a zenith kind of paint to get them done quickly, you can then put the miniatures into these coloured bases, and then you'll easily tell who's who. Nice little dice bag, core space dice bag. There we go. That's 3 dice to go in. Nice. Oh, and some extra bags. That's always good for putting things like cards or other little bits and pieces as you find them. So that's always nice to get. Alright. Wow, okay. That's bigger than I thought. So this is the core space rulebook. Very lightly run that down there. Try to show you. There we go. Again, the deluxe rulebook. And as you can probably expect, that's not all going to be rules. There's going to be fluff in there, and looks like there's campaigns in there. There's a piece talking about advanced rules. Some great, and you can start to see from the pictures, sort of what you're talking about as far as the terrain when that starts to come out. You know, it's not just a very simple table. It looks really, really cool. You can see the different layouts, all sorts. So I'll enjoy looking through that later. Yeah, campaigns, missions, advanced rules, the universe, so you can learn all about what's going on here. Okay, then we've got what I'm expecting to see is lots of card. Let me just check there's nothing else. No. So we can put the box to one side now. Oh, now what do we do? Miniatures or the card? Right, well, let's go with the card first. Let's keep the miniatures to last. Now, I'm not an expert at this stuff, and if I remember rightly from the last time I did it, it took quite a bit of time just to get it all nicely punched out. And I suggest doing it with a craft knife, so you get rid of those rough edges, or just use a small file to file down the rough edges on it. But essentially you get big sheets like this. As you can see, this is it's double-sided, and there's walls in there. There's windows that you can choose to punch in or punch out, or keep those bits. You can always put the window back in again if you wanted. So say someone is, you don't want the window to be there, or someone shot through the window, you can take it out and then afterwards put the window back in again. Most of the things on here are usable in multiple ways. And you've got things like signs. You can see down here, you've got these kind of signs going on. So you can turn one area, one night can be a a bar and lounge, as it says on here, and the other one is a weapons emporium. So there you go. Change the shops that you find on your space station. So there's going to be lots of this double-sided terrain card, which is really cool. Loads of little bits as well for decoration, just make it a bit more atmospheric. And then you start getting into the, a couple of them fell out there. That's how easy some of them do just pop out with zero effort whatsoever. Those two have come out, and I can tell you now, there is zero rough edges on that. That shows how well they're manufactured and cut, to be honest. There's zero effort to get them up, but there's all like tokens, and there's a measurement there for shooting, I'm assuming, moving and shooting. So there's loads of guns and swords and bombs and knives and health packs and money and armor. Really cool stuff. So this stuff just goes on and on. These are all the characters. So there we go, you can see some of the awesome characters you're going to get in the game. And they're double-sided. And as you can see on this side, they're called civilians, and this side they're characters. So if you don't have to have one of these people in your gang, they could also just be NPCs around the world, which is really cool. And then they may join your gang during an encounter. And there's even more. So you've got gang members, or you've got, whether they're just part of your crew, more people that can be in your crew or a civilian in the world. Even more people, security guys, loads. This is, I think you can have, your gangs can have ships docked, so there's all of these sort of stuff for them. And this would probably be more of the same. But you can see there's quite a chunk there. That's just separate this out a little bit. You've got the character, you've got all the items there. You've got characters there. One of them just fell off. He's underneath there. There he is. And then this is more the terrain pieces. So if I put it in piles, you have to see there's quite a lot. So more ships and characters, more tokens and information about the enemies for tracking those guys. More tokens for weapons and armor and all sorts of cool stuff. More characters, even more characters that can both be a civilian in the game or a character in your game. Really cool looking. And then, yeah, loads more terrain for you to really build this kind of really interesting space station on top of that nice neoprene mat. So loads and loads of options and multi-layers, so you can build upwards and downwards. Yeah, so that's, a wad of terrain there to build, and you'll be surprised how much you can build with it. This guy just looks mean. It's called the Annihilator. He's from the Purge, so he'll definitely be a bad guy in your game. And that's that. So that's all the card. As you can see, quite a lot of card. Oh, I just lost some lights, everybody. What happened there? What did I touch? Don't worry about it, you can still see me. Right. Okay, let's deal with the miniatures. You can still see me, okay? For some reason my lights just went off behind me. Never mind. We'll keep going. You know what I could do? I could change camera and do this under that camera. Let's do that. Let's go to my painting desk. I think it's this one. Nope. That one. Let's go to that camera. I'll show you back in a sec. As this is the last bit, I shall walk over here and we can look at these under this camera. Hey, we like to do things on the fly. There we go. So you might get a terrible picture of me, but you don't care about seeing me, you're cared about seeing the miniatures. So ignore my big head because I'm not going to bother adjusting the camera. We'll just do this. So These are all one-piece miniatures. And you can see you've got. I'm going to have to adjust. 1 second. I'm going to have to adjust this camera. The problem is when you come onto here. I don't know who else has this. Whoever does streaming, but they the camera's all reset. So this camera, although I never have it on autofocus, will always go on to autofocus. Because I wasn't prepared to use this camera, I haven't come in and set the autofocus off. But that's okay. There we go. We can work with this. There we go. Okay. So now when I lift this up, you can see these all very nice. So I believe the colour schemes are your sort of tan, sandy coloured are all of your sort of bad guys, the Purge, and they're very sort of Terminator style robots, killer. Actually, they remind me more of what's the Will Smith? Is it iRobot or the Will Smith movie? Look very similar to that sort of style, especially these guys, the smaller ones. Right, so these are more your grunt type robots. I'm probably going to paint them up in a very I'm probably going to do very much what the box art is, was kind of a ceramic sort of white colour on those guys. So yeah, lots of these guys, few differentiations. There's a bit of flash here and there to clean up, but nothing heavy. Actually, they look really nice. They look very delicate, but a bit of clean up here and there, and they look really cool. Don't know who he is. He looks a bit more alien-fied. Yeah. And then these must be, I think the blues are more your civilians. Put it down, I'll lift them up to the camera so I try not to confuse it. So yeah, more your civilian type guys. Here's his trench coat. And then your greys will be your more hero types. There we go. He's kind of running down. Looks like he could have a med pack or something in his hand, or some sort of hacking equipment. He's running down a corridor. This person's more sort of dual wielding the older pistols there. A bit more ready for battle. It's very sort of Firefly-esque, that type of sort of, you know, ragtag crew of bandits. Some good, some not so good. And then there's this even more. Those are just the guys that are in there. And then the little bags on the side here. I don't know if this is what's in sort of the classic box. And then this is all stretch goals maybe. But there's this guy. Well, I'm going to struggle to get out the packet a little bit. Packet's a little bit small for this guy, I'll be honest. But there he is. I've got him out. So he looks like the big bad. I think that must be the Annihilator. We saw his card as I was going through the box. So we've got the Annihilator. More of those guys. The stuff you've seen down here. Even more of them. So it looks like your board could get pretty flooded with the Purge nice and quickly. Plenty more civilians. But as I've said, civilians can be civilians, but they can also join your crew. So even more of those guys in there. And then more heroes. More heroes. In fact, I think if I look, I think there's some... let's get this guy here, because I think this guy here is in both a civilian coloured blue and in his kind of hero grey. So that might be how they've sort of differentiated between the two. Oh, I don't want to take too long on this bit, but I just want to have a look if I'm imagining that, or if that's true. So this guy here is quite this kind of burly guy. Did I see him? Oh no, is he a different guy? No, maybe he's a different guy. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I think I might be wrong. He's not. They don't change colour, but it wouldn't matter anyway. Because obviously, once you've painted them, you'll use them. They won't matter about whether they're blue, grey, or tan. To be honest, you'll paint them however you want them. But like in the miniatures, all very characterful, all very individual. Haven't seen the same, apart from the robots, which obviously you're going to expect some of them to be the same sculpt, obviously, because you're going to have lots of these things running around and hopefully blowing them all apart. I haven't seen many others that are the same. I'm just checking everything's okay. I think we're all right. we're good. Anyway, so there we go. That is core space. So I'm going to walk back over to the other table. Take these with me. Wind that chair out of the way so you can see what's going on. Put my camera up. Alright, yeah, that's the world's not so wonky. Typical that my lights go out just as I'm recording the video, but I'm not going to do it again. We will play on, right? So that was core space. I'm going to go to this camera here so you can see it's all on the table. That's the Kickstarter arrived, so really nice miniatures, classic terrain from those guys. I know they do great stuff already, so I have no worries about how awesome that's going to be. And I've seen plenty of pictures, as I've also shown you in the rule book, that look great. Awesome to get a neoprene mat. Way nicer than getting any other type of cloth mat or anything else. I can't talk highly enough about those mats. So that's a great addition to the box. Yeah, and that's it. I just can't wait to play now because I've been waiting for a good year and a half to play this game. My boys are very excited about this. So I will probably be spending tonight and tomorrow putting this lot together. Yeah, and that's that. So I hope you enjoyed the vid. Give me a like and a thumbs up. Subscribe would be awesome. I do all sorts of things like playing games, not just board games and miniature games, but also I've started doing some video games as well. I've just started doing Dark Souls 3, so you can go and watch me die horribly in that game. But yeah, catch me on Twitch, twitch.tv/laughingboy, or here on YouTube. I'll stick some links below for you to catch me in other places. But I hope you like that. And if you also got core space, let me know what you like about it. And actually, I didn't find out what these are. If you know what these are, let me know what these are. Because they're clearly something. But I don't know yet. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time. Bye-bye.